Okay, so let's talk color. A lot of people that keep track of data like we have here will often color code certain rows, and those colors mean certain things. Normally, we have the fields that kind of differentiate each of the records. It might be that they're at the gold level, or they're at the African zone, or they're in the USA or country of USA, anything, right? But the coloring is just something that's over and above that, and it just means something. It might be the fact that the green could mean that that's something to really celebrate. Maybe the red is something bad. Maybe the blue, something in between. It could mean a million different things depending on how you're using those colors. Now, what we want to be able to do is take the colors and sort them. In other words, I would like to maybe move and just kind of push up, not really sorting by any specific field, but just push all the blue ones to the top of the list, or all the red ones to the bottom of the list, or all the green ones up, maybe all the white ones down, okay? And we can do that using the sort tools that we have, or sort tool, I should say. So how do we go about doing that? So let's just say that you've done this color coding, and now what you want to do is you want to have the red at the very top of the list, all right? Now again, we're not going to be sorting by any particular field. We're just going to be pushing all the red ones up. So we're going to keep the order, but just push them all to the top, all right? Now to do that, what we'll do is we'll click on to the Data tab, and we will go to the big Sort button here and click onto that. Now, normally we're in here telling it we want to sort by a particular field, and then we kind of specify, what we're looking for, by what and all that stuff. So in this case, we want to sort it, not really sort it, but just kind of push all the red ones to the top, right? So because the red is in all of the fields, we can pick any field we want here. So I can go in here and I can say I'm going to do it by country. Doesn't matter. It's not going to sort it by country. I'm just picking a field that the color is on, all right? And the country field has the color. Every field has the color. All right. Now, if it turned out that the color was only in column A, which is our order date, then that would be the only field that you could pick. Okay? So, anyway. So, now here's the key to this. We're not going to be sorting it by country based on the cell value, but instead we're going to change that to the cell color, or like the background color, which is what we have there. That kind of opens it up a little bit, where then we can specify the color that we would like to have, red, at the top versus at the bottom of the list, see? So we do that, we hit OK, and there they are. So even though I did sort it, I did pick the country column, it's not sorted by that. It's still randomly sorted. It's just that all the red ones were pushed up. Now, if I get far enough down here, then you'll see the rest of them in exactly the same order they were before we did this, right? Now, let's say the second level, we want that to be the white ones, basically the ones without color here, okay? So again, we'll go back to the top here, just to kind of get our bearings here, okay? And then we'll go back into the sort again. This is still here. We're going to add a level, pick any field you want, doesn't matter. Change this to cell color, and then this will be no cell color at the top, see? So we hit OK on that. Now you got red, and then there's your white, and then there is the rest of them. All right. Now let's say the third level we want that to be blue, and the fourth we want that to be green, right? So we'll hit the big sort button again. So I'll go in here and I'll hit add level. Now it happened to put it kind of like in the middle here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click onto here, hit the down arrow, and that'll get it down. get down below there. Now again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick any field, and here I'm going to go with my cell color, and this time around we're going to go with the blue on the top. And then while we're here, we'll just hit add level again, pick a field, cell color, and then in this case we're going to be going with the green. All right, hit OK, and now there's your red, there's your white, there's your blue, there's your blue, and there's your green. And that's it. Now, if you would like to be able to, within each of these groups, sort it by a particular field. In other words, within the red, within the green, within the blue, within the white, within each of those groups, you want it sorted by something. Let's just say you want it sorted by the order date. All right? So what we'll do then is we'll go back into the big sort button, hit add level, and make sure that is at the very bottom of the list here. So I'll pull this down so you can see this better here. Okay, so it's got to be at the very bottom of the list. And what we'll do is we'll pick, in this case, the order date specifically. We definitely want the cell values, and then we can go from, we'll just leave it as oldest to newest. Now, because it's at the bottom, it dictates that each of these will be sorted by date within their respective groups. All right, for each of these levels. So all I got to do, hit OK. There we go. So the red ones are starting on 529, the white ones on 112, and then you'll see the blue ones on 16, and then the red ones, or I'm sorry, green ones will be on 130. Not bad. And then later on, if you say to yourself, well, okay, now I'm done with this, what do I do? Well, if you want to kind of break this up, just say, well, I want to sort it by, I don't know, company name, hit A to Z, and now you're back to what you were. So, I mean, it's that easy to get rid of it. So now let's look at filtering by color. All right, so let's say that out of all this, we want to see just our green ones, okay? So we just want to see the green ones. So what we'll do, first of all, is we'll go to Data. We'll go to Filter. All right, that gets it turned on. It doesn't matter which one you pick because they all have the same color all the way across, right? So I'll just go over here to the sales rep, and I will say Filter by color. I'll pick the, I forgot what color I said, blue. I think blue. So I'll pick blue. There's blue. Not bad. Nothing else is being displayed, just blue. All right. Now at that point, if you want, you can still sort the data if you wanted to. So if I wanted to go in here and let's say maybe sort by date, and I can actually do it this way as well, click on the little drop down by order date, sort it from oldest to newest, and now it rearranges that, but it still stays filtered even though you just sorted it. All right, it just kind of rearranges it, that's all. I can do it by multiples. I can go back to my big sort button and say, okay, I got it by order date, and then I can go ahead and, I don't know if it really makes much sense with order date because there's not many doublings of those in there, so not good. But you get the idea. So I'll tell you what, I'll sort it. Let's clear the, let's see, we'll go to the sort here. Let's say we'll change the sort to the sales rep. All right, so now it's sorted by rep. So now within rep, I want to sort it by, let's say, their dollar amount. So I can now go back to my big sort button, add a level, all right? And this is going to be the total, and it's going to be from large to small, right? Hit OK. Again, the color is maintained. We're looking at blue, and there we go with all the with it going from with the atoms here, going from large to small, Buchanan, large to small, pretty good. And then if you want to go back and clear all this stuff out, well, if you want to clear the sort, you just pick something else to sort by, and that takes care of that. And then of course we'll go ahead and we can clear the filter, and that will take us back to what we had all along. So not bad. I mean, that's the not much you can do with the color, you know, than what I've shown you here, but this is good stuff to know how to do, especially if you are color coding your data. That's the key here. So hopefully you can use this, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Take care.